So I wanted to make a video about meditation and how meditation has helped me a lot. Like, why do people meditate? What is the point of meditation? You hear about it, but what are the actual benefits? And what I've found with it, I don't know if this is everybody's experience, but the idea is when you sit down and meditate, you commit to not moving. So first thing that happens as soon as you sit down, like a hair will fly on your nose and you want to scratch it, or you get pins and needles in your legs, or you start feeling aches and pains, and you experience a lot of discomfort within like 2 minutes. And first thing you want to do is just start moving and fidgeting and get comfortable. And the idea is that you want to sit completely still and just focus on the air moving through your nose and back out again. And just completely all your attention, all your focus is going into that air, going up through your nose and out again. And the point of that is it teaches you to become less reactive, because thoughts will want to come in. They want to start thinking about your day. I've got to do this, I've got to get that ready, I've got to go here, or that person that annoyed me last week is going to come up again. You're going to start spiraling into these thought patterns again. But you're training yourself to focus on the breath so that you don't spiral down into those negative thought patterns. So you'll find that if you just sit there for 5 minutes and an itch or an ache or something comes up, if you just sit through it and just breathe, eventually you find that pain or that discomfort actually will go away. And so if you can train yourself to sit through those discomforts and block out those thoughts, you'll find you actually get a lot better at it. It translates into your everyday life. Like, you'll be stuck in traffic and you might be late for work, and usually you'd react and you'd get upset and you'd freak out, because that's how we normally react. We react with fear. But if you start meditating, you'll find that because you've trained yourself to be less reactive while you're meditating, to not react to the thoughts or not react to the little aches and pains that come up, you'll find you won't be as reactive compared to when you're in traffic or in everyday life. It actually will translate over and you become more centered, you become more at peace. Things just become a lot easier. That's been my experience, and I think that is the whole point of meditation. Is there are many different types of meditations and many different reasons to meditate, but just a simple breathing meditation I find is really helpful. Just focusing on the breath, just blocking out thoughts, because every single thought we have actually creates a neurological pathway in our brain. And so it's kind of like having a phone, and you might type into that phone the letter F, and it already is giving you what words you've used in the past that you use most on a regular basis. And the brain is kind of like that. So something will happen and you're used to reacting a certain way, so you'll kind of just automatically react. It's like it's not even you reacting. It's like your brain is just reacting in the way that you've always reacted. And you can actually retrain your mind, you can retrain your thought patterns so that you create new neurological pathways, so that you become less reactive, you become more centered, you become more at peace. Things don't bother you as much. Like, I'm struggling to get by at the moment, and just with the whole money situation, but I just find I'm not really worrying about it. Like, I just know, like, this is just a stage, this is just a season of my life, and things will get better, because everything will change, everything will come and go. This will pass, this feeling will pass. Like, you find yourself getting emotionally sad or depressed. That feeling, if you just focus on your breath, will eventually pass. It doesn't stay there forever, unless you constantly think about it, because where energy flows, I can't remember what was it? Energy goes where your attention flows, and I'm sure People know it. I don't know, I'm just in front of a camera. I'm trying to figure it all out. But anyway. So yeah, that's all I have to say about meditation, why it's a good idea. If you're focusing on those negative thoughts, that's where your attention is going, that's where you're going to grow. So you don't want to put your time and energy into those negative thoughts. You want to cut them out, you want to focus on your breath so that that feeling will pass, and your natural state of being, which is a high vibrational state, which is joy, which is happiness, that's who you naturally are, can shine through automatically and you can feel better. So yeah, thanks for listening to me rant.